I'm live. Looks like it's working. There we go. Looks about right. Awesome. Hey guys, Evan Alphonse here. Sign up for today. We'll be going over part 2 of the Deity's Heart. I am got 3 parts finished on this episode right now, but we've got a lot of it done already. It looks like we're halfway done with this. Had to fix some stuff, and we got it all rectified and stuff like that. So now we're just continuing. Sorry, I'm not in my usual setup right now. I ran out of space on one, so I have to fix that. Maybe there's a way to fix that. I'm not sure, but we'll be going like this for right now. Like I said, we finished. We have completed the first episode, and it's all good. It's all here, and it's ready to go. And now I'm on the second episode. So I guess we can talk about the second episode a little bit, what it's about. The second episode is going to be primarily based around just the main character and the main heroine that's going to be in this episode. We might get some other people, but I wouldn't bank on it. This episode is just basically Edvin and Naomi getting to know each other. Now that she knows that he's a god, well, she's still questioning it, but throughout this second episode, he will be showing her what he can do. So right now I have them in later in the evening, and they are he is cooking dinner, it looks like, right now. So it's going well. I should have this done within the week. I should have the second episode done in a week, and I should have another video out on it soon. So look forward to that. I'll probably have someone come over here, and we'll go over it like we did last time with Adrian. He's also, hopefully he's going to be in it as well. I don't have a spot to fill him in yet, but I do have some characters that he could probably play, a character or two. So we're going to have fun there. I've got a bunch of people on board right now, but I'm still lacking a few things. I'm still missing a animation person, someone who can animate stuff, and I got someone who could do some artwork for the characters. I've got some bases that I want the characters to look like, but the main gist of it is I got most of the characters that I want them to look like, so I will be sending her the artwork and I told her to put her own spin on it. So that should be pretty cool to see when it gets done. I'm not sure when it'll be done, but I'll probably make a video on that as well. So, how's everyone's days going so far? It's been a long day. It's like almost 1:30 in the morning right now where I'm at. I'm just tying up some loose ends on this part, making sure all my stuff have capitals and stuff like that. So I'm also adding to it as well. So I just got back to typing, so looks pretty good. Does anyone have any questions right now, or anyone care to talk about their day today? It's been pretty long, so let's see here. So we're gonna do. I pretty much got the characters pinned down on how they'll act as well. Naomi will be more like a free spirit, kind of shy about a free spirit at the same time. Evan's just a really nice person, so he's very like can't think of the word right now, but he's kind of like, he's very nice. He's very proper. That's the word I'm looking for. Proper. The way he talks is proper as well. We'll probably go over that as well. Probably do some like side snark comments from Naomi to talk like that as well. To mention why he's being so proper. This is how he acts. So, we figure out how the antagonist is going to be set up as well. We'll probably bring him in the third episode. I plan on him keeping his memory. We heard had in the last episode. If you remember from the first episode, we had him get his ass handed to by Edvin by just getting his shit knocked out of him. Again, knocked into a desk. So, we had that. So he's going to probably be looking for a fight with Edvin in the third episode, most likely, I think. And then we'll go from there. And we'll probably actually start on their training on the 5th or 6th episode. I'm not entirely sure. Hey guys, how's it going? Are you guys doing okay? Right now, we're just going over the second episode right now, what I have right here right now. I don't have a whole lot on it. I've only got about 73 lines right now. The last one it was nearing almost 200. It was nearing over 200. It ended on 221 lines, which was 110 lines in total for dialogue. So we have that. So if there were only 72 lines, so it'd be 35, 36 lines of dialogue right now on the second episode. Anyone have any questions of the series or anything like that, or what we've been going over and stuff like that? I mean, I will be going over a lot of the stuff from the second episode of what I plan on putting in it. But yeah, I plan on them, Edvin and Naomi getting to know each other very well. His powers and stuff like that we'll be going over here in this episode. He'll be showing her a lot of his powers, what he can do, especially a lot of his big ones. His time manipulation power, which is time sphere, and then we'll also be going over his creation as well. We also I've decided to add something with this power of mine that I've created, the time sphere. In the time sphere, it shows what the world will be later on, towards the end of that universe's or that time of in that universe's time when it'll end. So we're gonna try to we're gonna probably go over that as well with Naomi because she saw what it looked like in the time sphere. It looks very what's the word I used? I think I used oh, there's a letter right there. I forgot to capitalize. Didn't even see that. I've been pretty careful about that as well. I think we call barren, I think was the word. It's a barren wasteland in the time sphere right now, but we plan on fixing that, rectifying that in this series. Because I don't know if I told everyone about this on the first episode, but Edvin, being the god of creation and destruction, has to make sure everything is dealt with in a good manner. So he has to make sure everything is down to where it's supposed to be, like it's supposed to be a continuous loop to go through time, and it doesn't destroy itself over time. So, but in this universe, it is Far from that. So are most of them because he can't control his power right now. Well, he can. He just can't control it on the scale that he needs it to be to fix the problem at hand, which is to fix all the universes that he has to fix. So we'll be going over that as well as probably how the relationship will go in this series. Um, like I said before, every god has their goddess. So hopefully Naomi in this series will end up becoming his, and they'll become one with each other, and they'll be able to keep each other in check. Um, so you'll probably show her a couple of things, and maybe have her learn a couple of things. I don't have a direct way of her getting her powers yet. I mean, we have a time chamber that we have that they'll be training in later on in the series. It'll probably start around the towards the end of the first season, and maybe a few episodes in the second season as well. So there will be a lot of dialogue between Edvin and Naomi going through this series. Right now, we're in the week where school is off for the week, so they can get some of their academic stuff ready for class. So we'll be doing that probably be bringing that back around episode. Class will probably start back up around 6th episode, I would like to say. Maybe less than that. We'll probably have a time differential for speeding up time to go back to class. So we'll probably put it back in the 4th episode, most likely 4th or 5th episode, because we'll have to bring in Niall as well for another fight scene as well. There'll be a lot of those in this series. So been a long day. Been watching for some source material that I can go off of to add in here. But that's about it. We don't really have very much to discuss besides that. I'll probably be typing here for a while, and if you guys have any questions about this episode, feel free to ask, and I'll answer it to the best of my abilities at the time being that I have set up for right now. So, like I said, this series will be 3 seasons long. So that means we had to try to fit in a bunch of stuff. So this series actually might end up being longer than I thought it was going to be. And the backstory will probably be just as long, because we'll probably be going over about 162 years worth of time. Well, 61. Because I think after that it'll go back to the main series, and then we can go off of that series to make more than just what we have right now. So I know I left the first episode off at Edvin's house that he created, and right now we went over some of the stuff. We went into the time sphere first part when she said to where I left you on the cliffhanger. We start off with Naomi saying to prove it instead of what Evan was going to say after that. He thought she was gonna be like she doesn't believe him, or there's gonna be some kind of snark comments with the matter. But no, she just goes with prove it, and then Evan replies with the comment that he thought she was gonna say, and he goes like, "Wait, what?" Like, no, like I don't believe you or any snark comments or anything like that. uh, and Naomi will be uh, goes out on a tangent here, and she's like, "No, I just want you to prove it to me." So that's what we have there. So that's why we have him going to show her what he can do to prove it to her. So there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff within this frame. We go into Time Spear. Um, Actually, no, we don't end off in. Or do we? Oh yeah, we are. We are at the house. That's right. We ended up going to the house. That's right. And then yeah, so she's very that is not capital. She's very observant, and since the powers that he has does not affect her, and since they're technically one with each other, in a sense, she's able to negate all of his powers. So, which means with this comment right here, we go into. After that, we go. Naomi says, "No, I just want you to prove it to me. Though it is very far fetched, there are so many things about you that I don't know." So we have right now. I need to capitalize that I. Don't know. I mean, this last year you didn't even exist, and which makes sense because Evan didn't exist in this universe. Well, technically he doesn't, but he does at the same time because he's in a different universe where he was born in. So yeah, we go with. Then Evan goes with. Wait, what do you mean by that? Well, Naomi goes. Well, there's a road that I have never seen where your house is located at the end of. Like, how the hell did that get there so quickly when yesterday it wasn't even there? Plus, everyone thinks I'm crazy for saying this because everyone else says, "What are you talking about? That has always been there." So we have that there. That's the time spear at work right there, where it rewrites history and time to it always being there, or it's been there as long as they remember. But that doesn't affect her at all. I plan on giving her ability where she can negate other abilities, most likely, is what I want to do. She's a prime candidate for that kind of power scaling, so negate other people's abilities. Because right now she's kind of like a shield. Like nothing can get past her, no powers can penetrate her or anything like that. So the power scaling stuff that anything that comes around her doesn't affect her at all. But she has, and she hasn't been able to figure it out yet until recently when Edmund came into this universe. So you have that, and then he takes Naomi for a ride. Basically, he throws up the time sphere to show her what happened, to show her how what happened. So they entered the time sphere at that point. At the time sphere, and he goes over what's going on, and then Naomi makes a comment of why does everything look so shitty, basically, in more or less words. So that's pretty neat. Have that. And while we're in here, she, like I said, she mentions how it looks shitty in here and why it looks so gloomy. But stuff is happening further in the timeline. That's what he can't tell her yet. And that's how he's going to get her to. Most likely, that's how we're going to have her come over to our side to become a goddess. Most likely. I'm not entirely sure, but a lot of the powers that he uses probably will help with that as well. So, yeah, that. And then after they get out of the time sphere, they go. Let's see here. Yeah, because she has so many questions right now after that. She wants to ask all these questions, but he's not going to give them to her just yet. It's a lot to take in right now, so he's going to spend the whole day on this episode going over what's going on right now and what she saw, as well as showing the powers that he has as well. But there's a lot that's going to be going on in this second episode, mostly just them two. I'm so freaking tired, man. There's a lot going on today. So, let's see here. Huh. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're going with burgers and fries. So. I think I'm gonna put that in a separate line of its own with him doing all this stuff. We'll probably go over that. Okay, so we're gonna put actually, I'm gonna put that right there. And then begin. Begins is correct or a preparation. Preparation. How the fuck? Turn that down. Preparation. Process of making. Yep. Prep R. Not prep or prep R. A-T-O-N. Actually, I was pretty close to spelling that, actually. So, there we go. I'll probably change that, but that's about right. It looks pretty good right now. Okay. Hmm. I guess we could start asking questions now. That'd be good. Just the basic ones, though. Like, how old is he? Where did he come from? What does he do? Be good ones. I guess we could do that. Or probably have him say something like, we could probably wait until after eating or something like that. And then we could start on the fourth part to start talking about that stuff. And then since they don't go to school tomorrow, they could probably stay up as long as they want, to be honest. And I can have this episode be a little longer than the other one. But what kind of cliffhanger would I hang on? I mean, the third episode, but I want them to be. See, because what I originally wanted to do for the third episode was to erase all the other characters' minds of Edwin Alphonse so that Naomi would be the only one to actually notice that he was gone. And she would probably start asking around, like, have you seen him or where did he go? I wanted that to happen, but I don't know if that'll probably be the last contingency that I do. That'll probably be the last test. I'll probably do that as like a last test. You know, I mean, to see what happens when he leaves. Because there's going to be 3 years of this. So the first season will be 1 year, and then the second season will be the second year. And we'll go until school's over. No, I can't do that. These have to be longer than that. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. So 3 seasons for the 3 years, and then I can make some extra seasons for after stuff, depending on how long I can make it. I can probably make it that long. But the question is, how do I go about doing that? What kind of dialogue do I need? What has to happen in order to expand the series to, I mean, it's already pretty expand right now to the whole entire multiverse. So that's a thing. Don't know. That's gonna be fun to really figure out how to do, though. So much dialogue that's gonna go on that's gonna have to build up to that. And I'll have to build up to the training as well. I'll have to hint at it. I'll have to also hint at it as well. How am I gonna do that when it's only in script format? There's gotta be some kind of dialogue options that will foreshadow that. That'll probably be how I have to do it. I'll have to foreshadow it with dialogue somehow. Okay. We'll do the basic questions for them to get to know each other. That way, on their date that they'll have in the third episode, or they'll probably start. That's how I can do that. Okay, I know how I can end that episode. Okay, we'll go over the basic stuff then. Okay, let's do that. We're gonna go over what he can do right now, so we're gonna do that. Naomi. It's gonna be very hard in script format, but they'll be easy for people to get into their dialogue somewhat. Whoa. I wasn't tired a minute ago. Jeez. Give me a second, guys. Be right back. There we go. Alrighty then, let's get back into this. So we'll start by asking a question. So, and knowing Edvin, he's going to see right through that question to see how old he actually is. So he should be 200 years old in... No, 200? So 62 plus 18 gives me 6, 7... No, that should give me 200 years right there. Yeah, that's 200. He's 200 years old. That is how old he is as of right now. I want to go like this real quick. Technically, he's been cooking since he was... I don't know. I can be like super facetious and be like a long time and use that, but I probably hate that. There's so much to do in this episode too. I literally got to go over his powers. I've got to show her the powers. There's so much I gotta do in this episode. And this episode is just now getting started too. It's not even halfway done either. It might be, but Hmm. Hmm. I'll probably just save that. Just so it's saved. All right. That's saved. All right. So I think I want to end this one here. I would like to make these longer, but until we actually get a proper setup to actually show you what I'm doing over here. I mean, I have one, I do, but I need to make more room in order to do that. So I'll probably spend a little bit of money to get this to be full development so I can use it as much as I want. Since it's only about $6 to set up to make properly edited videos and setups just like they are on the TV in the other room for like regular live streams for like gaming and stuff like that. I'll have to set it up like that in here like I do out there. So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment below if you want to keep us seeing these live streams for me going over all this stuff and for my my series and stuff like that. So if you guys are new to this channel, enjoy the content it brings to you, make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already and turn the notification bell on. That way, I'm streaming when I post a video. And as always, guys, I'm Evan Alphonse here. I'm signing off for tonight. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next live stream. Bye.